What's up? It's your girl Denisia, and you're tuning into Mic Check with my girl, Stylist B.
Mic check with Stylist B. Mic check with Stylist B. Mic check with Stylist B. Mic check with Stylist B.
Hello and welcome to Mic Check with me, the one and only Stylist B. I am so elated to have you for our very first episode, the first episode of many, I assure you. We're all about checking in on the latest and greatest. We want to have real conversations with really successful people hoping to make a real impact. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. For our very first guest, of course, with a show like Mic Check, you have to have someone who's very familiar with the mic. So I called out a friend, a professional, a beast, a vocal performer who has just been on the mic, gracing the stages all over the world at this point. I thought it would be great to have her as our very first guest, Miss Denisia.
Yay, hi.
Hi.
Happy to be here.
I'm happy to have you.
I'm happy to be first.
Was that good enough though? I feel like that wasn't enough for Denisia.
That was good.
You know what I mean?
I think I'm extra, so that was
Okay. Because it's like I want you to tell, people about all that you do for the people who don't know, which if they still exist in the world, right? Some people still may not know. And so I didn't want to give them too much, right? But I don't know, Mic Check is just all about like checking in on people who are doing great things.
Yes.
And you are most definitely one of those people.
Thank you.
So, welcome to the show.
Yeah.
Thank you for being my very first guest, right? So far, you're having a good time.
I am, and you guys, your whole team, take care of me. Like, y'all feed me, y'all dress me, make sure I'm cute and stuff.
We do. We want to make sure you're good and comfortable.
Yes.
So, the first thing that I want to get into is just first tell them what you do before I start, like, going in. Like, who are you? What do you do? What you love?
I am a singer. I am a songwriter. I act out, dancer, philanthropist, community leader. It's a whole lot of different things.
See, that's why that intro wasn't enough.
It was good. I do a whole lot of things, but I'm known as a singer. I went viral in 2016 with Hello, the remix of the Bounce remix from Adele, and I've just been trucking since
ever since. Yes. And that's actually how we first came to meet each other, because it had gotten so much traction. You wound up getting a cover story in Breakthrough Media magazine. I was freelance writing for the for Breakthrough at the time.
Amazing articles.
Thank you. I'm glad you like. Well, I had somebody amazing to write about. So
I thought about myself like that.
So I was excited to, like, when I met you, I'm like, okay, so you don't know. So you're like, oh, this is the girl that covered the Adele song, but she was so much more than the Adele song.
Thank you.
But I didn't know that because that's what had gotten the attention, So that's something to take, like, as an artist. I think we get so caught up on what we want to do that we don't think about, like, sometimes whatever is bringing in the people, like, you take that, you receive that, and then you can catapult that into the career you want to see.
Sometimes the way you're from and people that's around you kind of keep you so
go keep going with that. Go ahead, pull that out.
They will leave you right at I went viral in 2016 and you're the girl that sang Hello.
Exactly.
But you've done so many other great things.
Right.
They will leave you there.
They will leave you there.
You have to keep.
Yeah. But I always say, and this is no shade because the way it comes out, it might sound, but I always say they can leave you there, but where are they?
Okay, I'm having to drink my own.
No shade. I'm serious because
I like
what I find is when you're trying to do great things, people will attack you, and some of them not even knowing. And that's why I say I'm not even, not even on an ugly thing, just on a, like, it's a reflective thing people do.
I'm going to use that.
Yeah. So in my opinion, at least there's somewhere for you to be left. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So, like, I heard, this was years ago, I heard Kiki Wyatt saying she used to always complain because people would be like, oh, she's the girl that sings with Avant.
Yes.
Right? And so she would like, I have a name. And Kiki's voice is amazing, so she would be offended.
So much bigger than the song she's
right. But so one day she said, you know what I never realized is, I should have been grateful that they say, oh, that's the girl. Because some of these people are not even, that's the girl. Right. Exactly. Right. So even though we know that you're so much more than the Hello cover song, at the end of the day,
you can still reference me.
You're referenceable. You're Googleable. Google me. I don't know if I say that right, but you get what I'm saying. But that's how we came. So I appreciate, the Hello, because that's how we came to know each other.
Thank you, Lord.
And it got you to such a different level,
We're
right?
still singing the song, praise the Lord.
Yeah, well, because New Orleans people.
But it's literally like around the world. I just did a show in New York 2 weeks ago, and I sold out, and it was insane. So it's just like, but they knew the Hello song.
Yeah.
But they knew all the rest of my songs too, so that was the blessing.
Yeah.
But they was ready for Hello. But some people was like, they never even heard it before until, you know, I performed it. So it's reaching.
Well, that's good.
So
yeah. Amen.
We're still going.
Father know what he doing.
Okay.
Yeah. So I feel like Hello brought him in, but then Denisia kept him there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of keeping
That's
him
it.
there, I'm giving you all the jewels.
Thank you.
Speaking of keeping him there, Him, for me,
Yes.
solidified it. So Him was your album, right? I don't remember when it dropped. I just know I was ready.
September 2016.
Okay,
I
16.
Yeah.
So when I first, because that was my first time hearing anything prior to me jumping on the bandwagon. I did. I jumped on after Hello. I was like, girl, I got to get on the wagon. That Hello is, I had my son singing that version of Hello. He goes, Mommy, you know, I want to hear the other version.
Yes, I always
Whenever
hear
I
that.
say, yeah, the other version. Yeah. So so after, you know, joining the bandwagon, you know, I stay though. I stay on the wagon. You had released Him, and I was like, oh, of course I'm a support. But like, that's what you say because you want to support people.
Yeah.
But then when I heard it,
Stop. She said, That was my life.
what was the motivation? Yeah, I need, you
Sip.
talk,
You
and I'm a sip.
Him
What was
was
that?
really an album about one person. Like, it was literally about him. It was one guy that I was dating, and I don't know, because at first it was supposed to be Trees in Him. That's what it's supposed to be
Yes,
called.
I remember that.
And I'm pretty open. So that was a time in my life, like, he was like into like smoking and stuff, and I was like, oh, I'm not used to that, but okay, whatever. And it was different. I think like his way of thinking was different, his way of living was different, and then all the dramatics that he took me through, trying to just date you as a normal person.
Yeah.
Like, calm down. You know, sometimes you be like right there at the threshold of being a happy couple. And it's like you want drama. But yeah, it was literally written to him, and I actually released it on his birthday. Like,
Wow.
Our birthdays are a day apart. So I released it on the 16th of September in 2016, and he didn't know it was about him until I said it on the radio, and then he heard it. But yeah, that was all my real feelings, and I actually freestyled every song that was on there. Like,
Well, because your heart had already written the lyrics.
Yeah,
that's
what
the
I'm
thing.
saying. Like, it was really like a real album about one person. I think they had one song on my ex, but Him was literally a body of work just for him. I think I went into the studio and I was just like, oh, I'm just so drained emotionally, mentally, and I was like, my producer, I'm like, just start running beats. I don't even care what you
Yeah.
Half of the songs on there was like a loop. Like, I was writing songs to just like the beat just constantly going. But I went in the booth and I just would freestyle, drink my little drink, and
so that was like a release, like
therapy.
So
I really didn't. I don't want to say I didn't care. People didn't understand it, but it was really for me.
But it was
and
for
then
you.
I had a hard time expressing myself, like in 2016. I think with everything in general, I'm not that talkative of a person, but you know, I think my feelings show more than me saying it.
Yeah.
And in that moment, I was like, okay, I want him to know, but I'm not the girl that's gonna pick up the phone and be like, look, you just, once it's done, I'll be like, okay, it's done.
Right.
I'm a Virgo, I can get over things real fast, but I put it out and I'm like, you gonna hear what I'm saying.
Yeah.
How I feel. But through what I do, so you can't really feel the type of way. But when it came out, people was like, "Oh my god!" Like, you could sing.
It was hot.
So,
I appreciate him.
Okay.
You know, because it was hot. I had it on repeat.
Yes, and it really helped me. Thank you, him, to the person in the
Right.
album, because it helped me. I started paying for different things, you know, to help promote my music and stuff because of him. So thank you.
Yeah. See, every person plays a role in your life.
Yes, and that year I understood that. Like everything, God is intentional.
Yes, He is.
Everything literally happens for a reason. And you may catch that reason like years later.
Yeah.
But I didn't catch the reason between me and him until after I was like, oh, people like this.
Yeah.
Thanks. Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks, Sam.
That's major.
I didn't need you in my life. I needed your story. Thanks.
Right. You needed the experience so that you can grow from it, but
It
also
grew me up.
musically. Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. So you grew from it. Everybody doesn't grow.
Yeah.
You know, so that's also a testament to who you are.
Yeah. It made me more open too, because I didn't really want people to know about like my personal life.
Yeah.
I'm like, I could write songs based on other people's feelings.
Right.
But then I'm like, you know what? I have to get this out some type of way.
Yeah.
And I don't, you know, I need people to feel me. So yeah.
No, I appreciate that you were genuinely going in.
Definitely.
This is where I'm at with it.
Yes.
You know, and I'm sure you spiritually, physically, emotionally appreciated it when it was all said and done.
Oh, yes. During the process, I was nervous because I was like, I don't want to put this out.
Yeah.
I don't want him to hear this.
Yeah.
It was mainly him. I'm like, I don't want you to hear this. Other people.
Some things you don't want them to know.
But then I was like, you know what? It was the release date. We did a radio tour, and they was feeling it. I'm like, oh, I feel great about this.
Yeah.
I feel relieved.
Well, that's good. Well, let's transition to, because you said tour. Let's transition to the business of it all.
Yeah.
So, you want to sing.
Mm-hmm.
You started singing. You sound great. You're doing your music kind of independent, right? You do Hello. It pops.
Yeah.
That opens doors. How do you catapult that into a successful career, like tours and new music?
You just kind of see what your reach is. Because this year I'm going on an actual tour.
Okay.
The spring, in April I'll be gone for like a while.
Okay.
But yeah, you definitely just see what your reach is. Thank God for social media.
Yes.
It makes things so much easier. A lot of people don't really tap into that, but it really makes a lot of things so much easier. You can see, who your fans are, where they are, who's listening to your music. Spotify, it will show you where people are playing your music or streaming your music from. So that's really what we did, and you get you a great team, because I hear a lot of people like, I don't need nobody, and I have my moments like, I don't need y'all.
Right.
Y'all drive me insane. But then I'm just realizing, like, no, you have to have a firm team of believers, people that eat, breathe, sleep your name, your brand. That's pushing, because once the brand eats and moves, everybody around it, if you have, a person that's like that, I'm definitely like that. Like, I don't never want to make it and be like, oh, thanks.
Right.
But, I always want, people to know who my photographer is, who's my, videographer, stylist, musicians. Like, I always want that. So you definitely have to have a strong team of people, figure out who's listening to you, and go. Half the time, people that start off, they go to different cities, get like a small venue, make a, deal, negotiate, with the owners for the door, for the bar, things like that. Get you a promotional team out there, or you guys go out there a week prior, pass out flyers, go to schools, this and that, and it doesn't matter how many people come, as long as you're consistent, something, as long as you're pushing, something's going to come out. So that's really the main goal. You have to believe in yourself.
Right.
Believe in yourself. Like,
right.
That's the hardest thing, because Denisia is the type of person, she would get on stage and perform for one or two people, because I know that I'm still reaching and I'm still using my gift.
Right.
And my work doesn't go unnoticed, maybe by people, but not God. So you believe in yourself, and you just be consistent like that. Just touch any small spots, schools, things like, I think, and being born and raised in New Orleans, you can see when people are on the curb, just singing, and they gain a fan base in that moment. Imagine yourself going to and taking that hustle from New Orleans, going to different places. Doesn't matter how many people seeing you, but you never know. There's people that's at Cafe New Mind all the time and be like, oh my God, I'm from Michigan and I heard you singing and I know a person that know a person. It helps you like that. You have to, but that comes with believing in yourself. There's a lot of people that won't put their pride down to go stand and sing Bourbon on the French Quarter and put a hat or something like that out there, or even for nothing, just to be heard. But I've seen people across the world doing those things and actually, pushing forward in their career, or even being seen by people that can actually push them.
Yeah.
So definitely that. Like, be consistent, believe in yourself, and have a team of people that's willing to go that
distance.
You.
Yeah.
I'm better now. I'm not perfect. I don't think I ever will be. But yeah, there was moments where I'm like, oh God, I just hate the way I sound. I don't like my voice. When we would do shows and they want to play back the videos at the house, I'm like, I never want to watch myself. That is not cute. Oh my God, that's not what's up.
And you're absolutely adorable. So I don't even.
But I just, it's so many moments, like people that they really don't see. They see what we post.
Right.
But the things, that you have to deal with yourself, besides being a singer, like I be in the mirror like, oh my God, I'm so not cute today. This is not it. Or whatever, it's the wrong angle. Every angle is horrible. And I'm like in the house trying to sing, and then I'm just like, oh God, I'm so trying to handle the way that I sound. Then I'm like, well, God gave me the gift. It's kind of like if somebody gives you something, they don't never see you wear. It's kind of like, oh,
they're gonna take it away.
Can I have it back? Are you supposed to away? But then they're gonna feel like, oh, you don't appreciate that. I never want God to feel like that about me, because there's a million other people out here that want to sing or want to reach people and they don't have a gift. So you have to tap into yourself. Like, whether there's 2 or 3 people listening, I believe in me. And I believe that even if I don't like the way that I sound, somebody else may like it. I don't like the words that I'm writing. I may be blessing somebody else.
Right.
So I just snapped into it because I'm like, purpose. When I started to understand that it's not something that I want to do just because of feeling, I understood that it's my purpose.
And like, what happened for you to say, this is what I was put here to do, and so I have to do it?
I think when, I can't remember the show that I did, but I think we broke the show down. I'm like a church kid, you know, I'm a pastor kid, all kinds of stuff. So it's just like I broke down the show, and it's right before I started the morning beat with my sizzle, the gospel version of it. I broke down the show, and I was just singing like a piece of a gospel song. Right. And then we went back to Hello, but I was, talking about God actually saved me with Hello, because I was praying and working hard, because I've been, in the streets hustling. Hello.
You work.
So, there was moments I was praying and working hard. I was sowing seeds in church and everything. I had moved to a different state. And then I was just like, God, I don't see you. Like, what's happening? And then Adele had went away for so long. She came back with that one song. And then I didn't even really want to cover the song. And then DJ Papa and Big Chew had told me cover the song. I'm like, it's so boring, whatever. But I covered the song. And then when it did what it did, I started to understand. Like, because on my vision board, I wrote out, and I show my friends all the time, I wrote it out in 2015. I was like, this is what I want God to do for me in my life at the time, in January. And I was breaking down the song in one of my shows, and I was telling the story that when the song blew up, I had on my vision board, I want to travel and sing. I want people to know my name. I want to be a household name. And I want to keep growing closer to God and be confident. Then when we was at the show, I think I got emotional because I was like, y'all, I'm like, what's my name? What's my name? Denisia.
They knew it.
And so it's just like, when they knew it, see, I got chills even saying it. But when they knew it, I was like, wow. But then I started to think, like, that was God talking to me, because he's like, hello, from the other side. Yes. Like, I called probably 1,000 times to tell you that you are, special. You are my star and things like that. So I was like, when I started to take the song and that I guess mindset, and not just hello from me, I'm like, that's me and God's conversation. Absolutely. So just like, that's when I was like, oh,
planted the seed, wrote it down.
I wrote it down, and I wrote it down in January. The song came out November 2015. I was on the news within like a week of that.
So you wrote it down January of that year, and in November it happened. And I'm only repeating that because that's 11 months. And sometimes we get so impatient. Yeah. And so part of the reason, my crew and I wanted to even start this show is because New Orleans is like overpopulated with extremely talented people who are doing amazing things. And I'm so proud to be from this city. But so often, like you just said, with social media, we see, like, every time I see you drop dead gorgeous on your Instagram, and you know what I mean? So, and we see the success, we see the shows, we see the concerts, and we forget that's not all that there is, right? Yeah. And we forget that you've been doing it however many years. What age did you start singing?
I started singing,
wanting to take it seriously?
Professionally since 2008.
You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, we forget that there were years. So even if we started at 15, that's 7 years. Yeah. Before you saw, like, some real growth. Yes. And so that's kind of why I wanted to do this, because I want our younger generation, older, whoever, because I don't think there's an age limit on entrepreneurial or dreams or whatever, right? But I want them to hear stories like that and see that, like, okay, you're not where you want to be tomorrow, but or today, or maybe next month, but consistency and the people that they pride, that they're like, almost wanting their lives and what they don't realize, like, how long. And so that's why I repeat that, because even with God answering, it took 11 months. So you could have been
building me up,
exactly to be ready for that.
I was going through like managers, I was going through like shows, I was going through sound problems at shows and dealing with people. It wasn't as mainstream as what it is now. Right. But now when I did it, I was like, oh wow, I've had a bad show.
You're ready for that.
I know how to handle people. I know how to take criticism and negativity, because I had those 11 months of trying and failing. So it makes sense to me now. That's why I say God is intentional, and everything happens for a reason, even when we don't understand it until 11 months later.
And that's why I say it's okay to get frustrated, but don't quit. Like, don't give up, don't quit. Don't spite anybody. Don't, why me? No. That built you, that made you be ready for the stages you get on now. You know what I mean? So like everything that happens for you gets you ready for where you're really gonna be.
Yeah.
So 11 months later, it's on and popping. You're on bigger stages. You know, the next year you write a hot album that you know, and you also went through some other stuff for that. And so now looking to the future, what we doing? Tell them what we doing.
Well, I say that 2018 was a major learning experience.
Okay.
For me, I restarted my team. I have a brand new team of people. I lost some friends.
That happens too.
So, and you know, kind of wasn't prepared for that. Even in my mind, I knew, but you know, I wasn't mentally, spiritually prepared for that. But I lost friends. But 2019, I'm seeing that I want to work smarter. I've been a hard worker since 2008. I don't want to work hard. I want to enjoy the fruits of my labor in 2019, Lord Jesus, because I haven't been on a vacation in I don't know how long, but I want to definitely start to enjoy my life. I don't want to feel like it's just sing, because that's all it was. And definitely tour, definitely just working with a whole bunch of people in from my city to different states, because I was always so like, oh no, I got my people. I don't really. But now, like, especially, you know, I just got a house in New Orleans, so I'm just like, I definitely want to work with more than you know, just my team, and they're cool with, you know, everybody just collaborating and stuff, just to, because I feel like I do have a platform, and I have been working hard to be where I am, but I want to make sure that I'm connecting with the people in my city. How you said, there's a million people here in the city that don't really get an opportunity. So I want to be that person, and it's going to be a little tough, but I definitely want to be that person. And placements is a big thing for me. Like all 2018, I think that was a blessing. I was on TV, like my songs was on like TV shows. So, and then this year we have a whole lot of.
Well, let's run through that. Don't brush over that. You know, let the people know.
Well, I was on VH1. Like a lot of shows is coming out on VH1 and Bravo. Like they play my songs like on them. But me and my producer Eric, we worked on I think 100 and something songs that's actually been placed, and it started in the fall of 2018, and people, you know, they probably don't know. That's why I kind of was laying low like a little while, because I was in the studio
because you working.
Yeah, doing that. But 2019, I'm on everybody's TV and people's albums and things like that.
Yeah.
So I can't release the artist that I'll be on.
Well, they're about to find out soon, because we're at the top of 19, so they're going to find out soon, right?
Springtime's going to be lit.
Yes, I welcome that. And you know, sometimes when people see artists being quiet, it's like, what they doing? Like you fell off. I always think that's funny. It's
and
like, no,
put me in my little feelings.
Don't get in your feelings.
Because I was like, man, I gotta post stuff, and then I was like, I don't want to, because there's not really, you know, my album and things like that. Everything's coming out for me in 2019. Like I released a song in November of 2018, but besides that, like, everything's happening in 2019, but it does get like a little discouraging because people live for social media.
Well, see, even just hearing, you know, like someone hearing you say that will help them. You know, I think we just get so caught up in like the way the world is now, but that's what it is. So you gotta play the game, right?
You have to do things to, you know, continue to be relevant, but like, as far as putting out music, I didn't really want to do things until it was correct. Yeah. And the way that I'm doing it in 2019 is, again, it's working smarter. Yeah. I'm not trying to keep up with social media. Yeah. See me when y'all see, and when y'all see me, y'all gonna remember. And want to see me more.
You know, you sip, I sip. Okay. We'll let them take that in, okay? Because when you see me, you'll remember. I want to lighten it up a little bit, because we've been talking about like encouraging things and motivational things. What do you do for fun since you work so hard? Do you have fun? You know what that thing is. You know the thing that no, you know.
I recently learned about the joy of Netflix.
Netflix, like binge watching
the
seasons.
My God.
Yeah.
Like, I really realized I watched like an entire season in like 4 days.
Yeah.
I'm just like, oh, that's my kind of fun. I don't really get to
It's like an
much.
escape.
Yeah, but it's majority of the time rehearsing, dancing, singing. Like, no, I really don't do that much. But Netflix, my sister got me an account, so Netflix is like my thing. And I'm always out eating, so if you see me in the street, you're gonna see me eating. I'm never in a club. Like, you're gonna see me at a restaurant.
So restaurants and Netflix.
I need to stop eating.
Everybody needs their happy place.
That's my happy place. Look, I like to see food, you know, prepared well. Even if I don't eat it, I think I'm slightly a photographer. I really am. I have a camera now. It's pretty dramatic. I drive everybody in my family crazy.
Okay.
Like, smile. All right, thank you. But I like to go and take pictures of just random things. Food. I do always take pictures of food, and I'm a foodie. And Netflix. Like, that's my type of fun.
Okay. Well, what you watching right now?
Okay, so look. Shameless.
Okay.
A show called Shameless. Oh my god.
I've never seen it. Don't judge me.
Please watch it.
Okay.
It's oh my god. And it's exactly what it is. Shameless. It's great. Jane the Virgin. She's like a virgin that has a baby.
Oh, okay.
It's weird, but it's funny.
It's funny. Okay,
yeah.
So it's a comedy.
Yeah, it's a comedy.
Okay.
The entire thing. I watch like romantic comedies and like comedy shows.
So you like comedies.
So funny.
If there was like a comedy you could star in, because you said you're transitioning to acting, like what would be the storyline of your comedy?
Like I want to be somebody's like little sister.
Okay.
Like just
like in real life, because your little sister in real life.
Yeah,
Okay.
I am the baby. That's the thing. But I would like to be like, you know, Medea's like grandchild or something.
Okay.
Like with the same attitude as Medea.
Okay, so you want to be like a mini Medea?
Yeah, we don't really.
I can't see your Medea. You're so sweet. I can't see your Medea. Let me see your Medea.
I'm like the aggravating like grandchild. I'm just always like bothering her. Like, what you doing? And like she's fighting me away from her.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm always in her kitchen. Like I want to be that person.
Okay.
But always like the stylish granddaughter or the stylish little sister that really just lives in her own world and everybody has to do what I say. So yeah.
Okay.
That, or like anything with Kevin Hart. I don't know what he would have me do.
Yeah, Kevin's funny.
Yeah, he's hilarious.
He's very funny. But you know, his funny is more delivery than like punchline.
Yeah.
So
I would just like to be there.
So you just want to be laughing at right?
Yeah, I'm like his laughing person. Like
that's
every time
it.
he does something, I'm just like.
Wait, do the laugh. You gotta look in the camera and do the laugh.
Then I just disappear. I pop out like on his shoulder or something.
That I like it. They might take that. You might get a call.
That'd be hilarious for me.
Kevin, if you're watching, she could be your aha. Do it again so you know. So you
your
know.
aha. That's cute. I'm your aha. And I got the messy tongue because I'm from New Orleans. Oh, yes.
So that's perfect. So your first comedy starring Kevin Hart.
Yes.
You know, special feature Denisia.
Yes. And aha.
That's it. Kevin Hart and aha moments.
Oh, I'm gonna have to write that out.
Oh my goodness. So I'm excited to see everything that you have coming in the new year.
Yes.
I'm just happy that you came through. I'm glad you're sharing like the ups and downs, even the fact that, you know, you get emotionally touched by like when they're looking for it, you know what I mean? Because you want to always be able to give the fans something, but it need to be substance, right? Something of substance. So I appreciate that. If there was like anything you could tell a little girl that's like, oh, I really want to sing, I really want whatever, what's like the one thing your takeaway right now?
I think I said it like 15 times.
Which is?
Believe in yourself.
Exactly. But remember how long it took you to do it, so hearing it again is needed.
Because honestly, you can literally do any and everything. Like, I realize the human body can do any and everything you put your mind to. Like, legit. Like, you don't think that you can cook until you be like, oh, mama, that's a good job you're doing. But if you go to YouTube and be like, okay, add that, and it happens because you put your mind to it.
Right.
I couldn't do my hair 2 years ago, but I went on YouTube. Or my makeup. I went on YouTube because I put my mind to it and I was consistent in it. Like, okay, I'm going to get this together.
Right.
The human body and the mind can do anything you put your mind to. And believe in yourself, your God, and your vision. Go after that. Period. Don't matter if you're standing there by yourself.
That's right.
All right.
That's right.
That's what it is.
Well, I can't even follow up with anything after that because you are God and believe in yourself. If you don't take anything else from our sit down, take that. The moment she started believing, she started achieving.
Okay.
Facts.
Facts.
So anyway, thank you so much for joining us here on Mic Check with me, Stylist B, and Miss Denisia, my very first guest, one of many. Until next time, remember, never let anyone dim your light or mute your mic. Peace.